We just heard from Rhino, pretty devastating for Joe. He missed the back end of last year, had a hamstring injury, and now it sounds like another pretty serious one.
Yeah, he's definitely gutted with the injury. I think we all are, upset in the sense that he's not going to be available. I think Joe's a special player. I think he's a special player not just for Sydney FC but also for the competition itself. So on that side of things, it's disappointing. But something that we can't control. Maybe if he didn't hit the ball as hard as he did, the standing foot wouldn't have given way a little bit. So, yeah, like I said, it is what it is. We can't control these type of injuries at times, and it's probably come at the worst time because he is very influential. And like Rono said earlier, whether he gets the ball or not, he's always a threat. Where teams have to sometimes double up to mark him, which creates spaces for other players. But yeah, look, we've had these injuries during the season, and opportunities arise for other players to step up and then take charge.
How do you think you adapt? Do you think of bringing a classic striker back in like Fab, or do you look to bring a Maxi in to give you that creativity Joe can?
Yeah, we'll have to tweak our starting point.
Yeah.
To the attributes that we have, and that's something that we've been discussing thoroughly the last 2 days with the staff, and we'll come up with a game plan that suits the players that we have on the park.
And Bratsy, is that going to be, you'll leave it right up until kick-off with his knock?
Well, Bratsy did some running yesterday, which was great, to put some load on his ankle to see where he's at. Today he'll be involved with the session, and hopefully he can get through the session pain-free, and then we've got another day for him to get through, and then hopefully be available for the game. But I think he's looking good at the moment. But we've got to make sure he's got to be right in his ankle and also in his head to be able to play through the game.
You kind of announced straight away that Joe was out for an extended period. Did you think about maybe
playing mind games?
Exactly.
No, I don't think we need to play mind games. The reality is once you line up and the team sheets put out 90 minutes before kick-off, when Joe's not in the squad, he's not in the squad. So the reality is we're very open and honest. We play a certain brand, and I think if you analyse football and you know the game quite well, and you can see what the opponent is doing and how they're setting up. So for us, it was just pretty easy to just come out and say he's injured, and that's the reality of things.
You've been involved in final series before as a coach. The first one here with Sydney as the head coach. Is there anything you've taken from those previous finals campaigns individually that you can you maybe improve on, or you tweak from the way you would approach the players in a week like this ahead of semi-finals?
Well, there's definitely no room for error in these games. The players definitely need to be up for it. We've got a 2-leg game coming up, one at home, one away. The approach is probably on the second leg maybe a little bit different, depending on how the first leg goes. But for me, it's as long as we're focused and we're 100% in our minds ready to go, I think we'll have a good shot of going all the way.
We know it's another very tight turnaround for the Mariners, who did amazing in Oman. Do you still buy that it affects them? Because they seem to keep playing well no matter what.
No, they'll be high on adrenaline. I just want to also congratulate Mark and the team and Central Coast, the club. It's always, I think, a proud moment when an Australian team does well in Asia. So I think, congratulations to them on what they have achieved. It's a massive work what they've put into to get to that final spot and also win a trophy. So congratulations to them. But overall, look, they'll be high on adrenaline. They won the Premier's Plate and now they won the AFC Cup. So when you're young, mate, you recover a lot quicker than what we do. So they'll be fine.
If I remember the last time you played the Mariners, and you came out and said afterwards that you were blown away by the effort the boys did. From memory, they made you really fight till 70, 75 minutes, and you got your breakthrough, got your goals. What can you take from that performance and put into this weekend?
Yeah, we need a similar type of mindset when we go out there. And have you seen this season where the big occasions the boys have stood up? One thing we just need to be mindful of, I know we've beaten them twice in the league, but that was the league. It's different now, this is finals football, so the approach may be a little bit different, but the mindset needs to be the same. We're playing at home. We want to play a good game, play our brand of football, and hopefully get a score that will get us through to the second leg as well, and make our life a lot easier in the second game.
Last week we saw a change in your formation to a back 5 then rather than a back 4. Can we expect a similar change in formation for this week?
It wasn't a back 5, it was just the full-backs narrowing off, so we just created a 4, and that was just to tweak our starting point against MacArthur, what they gave us and the spaces that they gave us, which helped us influence obviously the result. So again, we'll have to tweak things with Joe being out of how we set up with the attributes that we have.
In terms of you personally, Wolfie, this season we've obviously asked you a lot about when you come up against Chiefy and the way his side have played, but with the Mariners, have you enjoyed watching them?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Look, they're a hard-working team. For me, they're very grounded, very honest team. They work very hard in all these moments through the front line all the way to the back line. They score some very nice goals. They play through the lines at times. They're direct at times. So they've got a distinct style of play that they want to play, and they've done it well this season.
I know you were sitting at the back when Ryan was talking. He said he's lucky he's in these shoes and he wouldn't want to be in opposition's shoes coming up against Sydney because he thinks most teams will fear playing Sydney. Do you agree with that?
At times, yes. When we're on, definitely. The thing is, when teams possibly analyse us and see the spaces that we give up, and we do give up a lot of spaces in the way that we play, especially without the ball. But what you can't see through the video and what you can't feel is the intensity of the press that's actually happening on the park. So, yeah, look, the boys it's actually we tried to pull them back a little bit, but the boys just want to go forward. They're so used to defending forward now, which is great for us. And look, that's what we believe in as a club, and the way that we should be playing, and the brand of football we should be playing, and the boys have bought into it, and hopefully it pays off in these next 2 games.
Anything from the Brisbane?
Yeah. No, mate. G'day, Wolfie. Just with Jack Rodwell, I think he got through 70 minutes the other night. Sort of how's he pulled up this week, and how important is he in terms of his sort of experience in these kind of games?
Yeah, definitely. It was great alongside Hayden in the last game. Jack's a very experienced player. He's pulled up fine. He should be training today, so hopefully he can get through today and tomorrow, and then be available for the game on Friday night. So yeah, Jack's been good. Jack's an important player. The funny thing with Jack is even if he has missed a couple of sessions during the week, he's still a good enough player to get through games, and I think that experience helps us in our back line as well.
And in terms of Robbie Mack, he's scoring goals the past few weeks again. What do you think that's been down to, and where are things at with his future beyond this season?
Yeah, Robbie's done very well. Obviously, we're playing him a lot centrally, closer to goal, and I believe his attributes suit that. Although he's previously played as a winger, but I think he's better closer to goal. I think he's really good technically, can play in tight areas and make some very good forward runs, and the great thing is he's scoring goals. Discussions are currently happening with certain players, so that's where that's at.
What has your dad said about playing the Mariners?
I haven't spoken to him as yet, but he won't call me before the game. He'll call after the game. So, yeah, no, he called me after the last game as well, and I was in the car, so he video called, so I wasn't able to talk to him too much. But he was quite pleased that we had won the game.